10 on the list then, Rosalind. Good morning to you. 10 on the list. Help us cut through the noise. Who are the ones that we really need to focus on?
Well, the heavy hitters, of course, are Boris Johnson, the former Foreign Secretary and London Mayor, who's heavily favoured at this point. He's regarded as very popular with the rank and file in the party, particularly in rural areas where Brexitism runs deep, so to speak. So he'd be definitely favoured to make the final two. The other ones, of course, are Michael Gove, although he's dealing with revelations of prior cocaine news, which is distracting his campaign a little bit. Dominic Raab, the former Brexit Secretary, and also Jeremy Hunt, the Foreign Secretary. Those are probably the top four. The lesser names you'd expect will peel off over the next couple of weeks as we go through the beauty contest with the Tory politicians themselves before we get to the final two.
So we look for them to be voted out or some of them to drop out of their own accord, I suppose. Matt?
And also important to mention that many of them have done cocaine or various drugs we've heard about throughout the last few days, interestingly. I want to ask about the possibility of Brexit actually being delivered. Citi says it doesn't matter who wins in the end. There's not going to be a Brexit by October 31st.
Well, that's right. You see all the candidates, the 10 candidates, say that they want Brexit. None of them are saying that they don't believe in Brexit. They're all saying they're going to deliver, although only 2 are saying for now that they would be in favour of a no-deal Brexit if necessary. So they're all singing from the same page on that, but none of them are saying how they would get that done. And what we'd be facing, again, is a new leader who will be going back to the European Union, which is saying that it will not reopen its deal, no matter what. It will not renegotiate the fundamentals of the deal. So you might get a new leader who might say, well, fine, we'll crash out without a deal in the hope of forcing the EU to the table on that, or possibly talking about a long delay. You might find that a new leader has a bit of goodwill with the Parliament at home and a sense of goodwill there. But equally, there's a strong rump in the Parliament in the UK who favours a soft Brexit or Brexit not to happen at all. So you've got 2 problems for a new leader, which Theresa May was not able to navigate, and no suggestion that a new leader would be able to see a way through.
So at Citi, and Matt mentioned the note out from Citi this morning, which is interesting, talking about none of them being able to deliver in the view of this House, none of them being able to deliver in October. They have a really interesting line on Boris Johnson. Johnson might consider revoking Article 50 to then campaign to re-invoke in a general election or second referendum, all to avoid the humiliation of asking the EU for more time. It's one view of what could happen next, but just reminds me that this might not be done by October. This might be a story we still end up talking about for a long time, and we haven't heard much from Boris Johnson yet, have we?
Well, exactly, and what we saw with Theresa May, obviously, is she went to a vote to get a mandate to deliver Brexit after she was already in power, and that election did not go particularly well for her. She just scraped in, obviously, and didn't have a majority in Parliament. So we could see a new leader, Boris Johnson or any others, saying that I actually now need to go to the electorate to get a mandate for Brexit. If they can't get something done by October, we could be very much headed towards a new election in the UK, because that leader will be boxed in and unable to do anything unless they go to an election. An election is very dangerous for any candidate on the Labor or on the Conservative side.